Power isn't something that we can automatically claim. It depends a lot on what's around us. Finding the right balance of power between us and those around us is quite difficult. Knock knock. It doesn't really work if nobody answers, does it? One time I was visiting Vietnam, and at the airport I had to go through customs. As I was standing in line, I noticed something interesting. Everybody who spoke Vietnamese was told that they needed a new picture or else they couldn't enter the country. They were pointed to a guy who had a Polaroid camera, and he was kind enough to take a picture for them for $5 US. It was obviously a scam. So I thought to myself, hell no, that's not happening. When I got to the officer's booth, he asked me, "Tới đây chi vậy?" which means, "What's the purpose of your visit here?" To which I replied in English, "Pardon?" His head snapped up because on my Canadian passport it said I was born in Vietnam. Có biết nói tiếng Việt không? Do you know how to speak Vietnamese? So I continued the act. "Excuse me, what are you saying?" He was pissed. He started cursing me for not knowing the language of my country of birth. He started swearing about my parents, that they didn't teach me properly. I just stood there with a stupid smile on my face. After a while, once he was convinced that I didn't understand what he was saying, he waved me through and said the Vietnamese equivalent of "F you, go die." I love it. He was in a position of power, but he couldn't do anything to me because I didn't acknowledge his power. It was then that I fully realized that power isn't something that we can automatically claim. It depends a lot on what's around us. Power is like a key that allows another person to enter your space and take resources from you. If I gave the customs officer a key, he would have taken my money. And if I had argued, he would have taken my time and my emotional energy and probably wound up with my money anyway. Withholding the key from another person, especially one in a position of power, is difficult. So we need resources. In my case, my resource was being able to speak perfect English. It might seem obvious, but if I had spoken English to that customs officer and I had a Vietnamese accent, that wouldn't have gone over well. I was lucky that Canada accepted my family as refugees, and Canadians gave me the chance to perfect my English. My ability to protect my resources from that customs officer was thanks to Canada opening its doors to my family. So I understand why we sometimes need to give power to other people. It allows them access to our resources like time, energy, and support, so they can satisfy their needs for validation, safety, and control. Finding the right balance of power between us and those around us is quite difficult. Many people with chronic illnesses have huge problems with power. Some of them are denied keys, so they can't get any love or validation from their parents, teachers, employers, or peers, so they feel very little self-worth. They're very insecure about themselves, and they feel quite helpless and hopeless in life. Others don't withhold their keys enough, or they can't. So those around them, like friends, family, and coworkers, keep on draining them of their time and energy. This group tends to feel angry and resentful. How do we ensure that we have enough resources to overcome our challenges and that others around us have capacity too? Well, we actually have gauges within us that could tell us what level our resources are at. For example, sensations of tension, fatigue, and pain indicate that our physical, mental, and emotional resources are low, so we need to withhold power from others. And feelings of guilt indicate that we may need to give more power to other people. Being aware of those gauges is an important first step to finding the balance of power. Do people and things around you give enough power to you so that you feel validated, safe, and in control? Do you have the right resources to withhold power from others who are taking too much away from you? Are there people around you who need you to give them more power?